In this video, I'm going to give you a course tour of your course in Blackboard. Now, this may not be your exact course. You may be in another course such as Excel or PowerPoint. So the structure is still going to be the same. So the first week when you come to the course link in Blackboard, you'll come to the Start Here page. On the Start Here page, you'll see a list of steps. Step 1 is Meet Your Instructor, so I'll just give you a little information about myself. The course tour, which is what you're viewing right now, so you obviously are doing Step 2. Policies and procedures. So you want to click on that link to see what the policies and procedures are. Syllabus and schedule. You'll want to come up here to the left-hand side and click on the syllabus and schedule to download and read the syllabus and schedule, and that's very important that you do that the first day. Then you want to take the syllabus quiz. The syllabus quiz is over here on the left-hand side as well at the top. And that syllabus quiz you can take as many times as you want throughout the first week, but it does have to be completed before you submit your first set of assignments. Then step 6 is to register in SAM, and you'll want to read through these instructions. And again, this may not be your exact course in the SAM Learning Management System, but the layout is going to be the same for all the courses that I instruct. Then you're going to want to get organized, which means you're going to want to download the student data files, create a folder on your storage device. I don't care where you save it, where you create the storage device, but just make sure you create a folder with your course number, and then that's where you're going to download the student data files, and then you're going to go ahead and get started. So let's go through some of these items. So on the syllabus schedule, it is a combination, so it's not just the syllabus, it's the policies, it's the schedule, it's everything. So you click on this link, it'll open up into a new browser. Now you can also right click on it and save it as well. Again, the information you see in this top section may not necessarily be for your course, so please keep that in mind, but the layout is still the same. You'll have the prerequisites. Now we do have two things that we're using for this course and for all the computer courses that I instruct. We have the book itself, and then we use SAM, which is a learning management system. Now, SAM, you will need an access code. You can purchase the book and the access code bundled from the bookstore very cheap, or you can purchase them separate. I highly recommend that you go to the bookstore because it is cheaper. If you've already taken a course at Cincinnati State in the Information Management Department and it was a computer course that used SAM, you will not need SAM again. Once you have a SAM account, that SAM account is good for any of our IM computer courses that use SAM. So you might just need to purchase the book. Now, look underneath the software so you know what software we're using. And again, you may be in the Excel class, so it would be Excel. Please pay attention to the browsers. It's really best to use Firefox when you're accessing the SAM Learning Management System site. As far as materials, like I said, I don't care where you store your student data files. Just make sure you create that IM course number folder, and that's where you're going to download the zip student data files. That's where you're going to unzip it, and that's where you're going to save all of your book assignments. And actually, I would recommend all of your assignments for this class in the same location. I will not be taking care of your file management issues. You should know how to manage your files. Then you have the course description, and then I'll let you read through all of this. You also have the breakdown of the grades as well. All right, so please make sure you pay attention to that. I don't do it by points, I do it by percentage. And then you have the policies and procedures, and you guys can read through that on your own. Now, once you get past the syllabus part of this course, then you get to how to get started. And this is where I just take you through step by step what you need to be doing, logging into Blackboard, taking the syllabus quiz. You do need to register in SAM. Again, if you don't have an account in the SAM Learning Management site, follow these steps. If you do, that's fine. Please make sure you join the course listed over here in E. Now again, this may not be the course you're registered for as you're viewing this video, so double check to make sure the course that you're joining is the course for this semester. You'll want to download your student data files and get organized. If you're in the Word class, I would suggest you create a folder on whatever storage device called IM130. If you're in the Excel, IM120. Then that's where you're going to want to download the student data file. It is zipped, which means it's compressed, so you will have to, once you download it, right click on it and unzip it. If you are saving to any kind of cloud storage, please keep in mind when you're sending me files, if I allow you to send outside the normal procedure, I don't want you to send me a link, send me the file. All right, then when it's time to get started, your weekly schedule is going to be log into Blackboard the first day of each week. Check for any announcements. Go to the weekly folder to view the current week's list of assignments. Complete those items in the order they're listed. Also, just a note, I do have the keys to the book assignments, not to the SAM, but to the book assignments in Blackboard, so you might want to download those and look at those before you start on the assignment so you know what your end product should look like. Then you can continue reading through all of these steps. Now, one thing I do want to mention, that once the due dates pass, the links go bye-bye. So if you miss the due date, you're not submitting the work. If you have extenuating circumstances, I do ask that you at least contact me and let me make the decision whether or not I will accept your work late. When you go through SAM, there are several things we're going to be doing in SAM. One will be training. The second item will be the projects, and the third item will be quizzes, which in SAM they call those exams. So you have 3 items that we'll be doing at the SAM Learning Management System website. Now, once you do those items, if you feel that the SAM program misgraded, you have 1 week after the assignments are due to contact me by email and let me know that you feel it was misgraded and that you would like for me to go look at it. The only time I will actually go look at anything in SAM as far as the grading will be on the 3 tests. Actually, I take it back, the 2 tests. 2 of the 3 tests, Part B, will be coming from SAM. Other than that, it's your responsibility to contact me if you feel like it misgraded. Technical issues, you do need to contact SAM, and when you log into the course or to the SAM site, you will have that option there on the help link to contact them. I do ask that you also keep me in the loop as well. And then I have a list of the 3 categories or the 3 areas in which your assignments will be coming from. The SAM Learning Management System, the book, and we do have a blog for this course in WordPress. Now again, this may not be yours depending on the course you're taking. If you're taking the IM 120, this part of the URL will change to IM 120. And this is where you'll do your introduction and then 3 reflections. And you do get grades for that. Step 4, complete the week's worth. And I'll let you read through all this, and then grading and getting feedback. Now the official grade book will be Blackboard. So you will not have access to the grade book in SAM, although you can see your submitted work, and when you click on results in SAM, you can also click on the icon to see the actual grading, because you will have multiple chances to complete those assignments to better your grade. The book assignments I do grade, so you do have to allow me some time to grade those. When you check the schedule, when you check the due dates, you've got to give me at least 5 days after the due dates. I grade after due dates. I don't grade during the week that it's assigned, because I like to grade everybody's work at the same time so I'm consistent in the grading. And it helps me also see if there's an issue that as a class we may need to go back and address. So once you finish the first week's work, you just repeat the process again. Now, keep in mind, the due dates tend to be at the beginning of each week. So that means that normally a week would end on a Sunday evening, but I give you until normally the next day, beginning of the next week, to submit the work. So I don't want to hear complaints about, gee, I wish we could have submitted at midnight instead of 9 a.m. You're already getting an extra 12 hours. So keep that in mind, plan appropriately, make sure that you have your time management down, work with the assignments throughout the week. Don't wait until the weekend. If you do, that's when you're going to come across problems, and that will not be extenuating circumstances in my book. Getting help. There are many ways in which you can get help. First, foremost, I ask that you contact me. You can either send me an email, you can either call me at the college or at home. But if you don't call me, or if you don't contact me in a timely manner, as soon as you have an issue with something, I can't help you. So I'm still waiting for that mind reading app. So until that comes out, please make sure that you communicate with me in a timely manner. If you have a quick question, send me an email. But I also ask that when you are sending me questions about the assignments, if you're stuck on something, send me the file. I want to see exactly what you've done so I can tell you which direction you need to take. Don't send me a file that has no attempt made at all. So if you're, let's say, for example, in the Excel class and you're working on an assignment from the book that requires a lot of functions and you don't know how to do a particular one, don't send me the Excel file that has no attempt at all. Even if the answer is wrong and you get an error message, leave it in the spreadsheet, leave it in the Word document, send it to me so I can see what you did, and I can say this is where you took the wrong turn and this is where you need to go with it. Now, you can also attend any face-to-face information management tutoring session. We will be publishing that shortly after the semester gets started, and it will be up to the instructors to communicate that schedule to you. You can also attend an online tutoring session as well, and I just ask that you contact me in a timely manner, and we'll schedule a mutual time to go online so that I can see what you're working on, you can see what I'm working on and how to do it, and it'll be really quick and easy. So it's really a great way to get feedback immediately and get visual feedback from your instructor. Now, there is a discussion board there, and it is student-to-student help, and what that means is I will not be responding to those questions posted. If you have a question, you want me to answer it, then you need to send it to me. Otherwise, you can see if other students will participate in that discussion board, but it's not required. Then you can also go to the tutoring center as well, although I highly recommend that you work with your instructor first and foremost. And then keep in mind, computer issues need to be directed to Sam, but please include me in any of those emails as well. And again, let me know in a timely manner, not 2 weeks later. And then you can just read through the general information. One thing that's going to be very important is that you follow the file management. In other words, the publisher has provided you with student data files to start with. Not for every book assignment, but for most of them. And they've also set up the file management structure, which means they've created the folder for each tutorial that's in the book and each assignment within each tutorial. Don't deviate from that. Don't rename them. Don't move them around. That's where you're going to be saving your work, and that's where you're going to be opening up any files that the book instructions indicate. All right, so now we come down to the schedule. Like I said, this one document contains three documents. It's the syllabus, the policies, procedures, and the schedule. So here's the schedule, and this is most important because I lay it out in the order you need to be completing the work, and I also have the due dates. Keep in mind, I indicated you have book assignments, you have assignments coming from the SAM website, and then we have the WordPress. You are welcome to work ahead, but all links will be available up to the due date listed. They will not be turned back on. So as you see, I have it listed what week it is and the starting date and the ending date of the week. We have 3 columns: the assignment, where it's located and where you would submit it, and the due date, as well as any additional instructions. So the first one is to become familiar with the course layout, which is what you're doing now. Take the syllabus assignment schedule quiz. Create your account in SAM if you need to. If not, then you just need to join this section and get organized. So this is where you're going to create your course folder, download your student data files and unzip them. Then you're going to do the introduction blog, and this is the URL you're going to go to. And again, if you're in another course other than Word, then yours will be a different number here, and it's listed on your schedule. Also note that when you do the introduction blog, you'll have a post date and time and a reply date and time. Now, if you have issues with how to create your WordPress account or how to post, I do have videos in Blackboard that you can view. If you still have issues with it, please contact me immediately so we can go online and I can help you work through that process. Then we have a continuation of week 1. This is where you're going to be doing the training in SAM. Now again, if you're in the Excel class, you may see the training, but it may say optional, which means it's not required. But for this course that this video is using, it is required with a due date and time. Then you'll read and complete tutorial 1, and I list the pages. Keep in mind that the book we're using does not refer to these as chapters. They refer to them as tutorials because it's going to go over a case, give you background information, and then step-by-step of what you need to be doing on each of those pages. It is located in the book, but you'll be submitting the files in the course link in Blackboard, and I have the listed dates and time. Then you'll do tutorial 1 project. It is located in SAM. It's also going to be submitted in SAM, and again you have a date and time. Note the time is a little different than some of the others. Then you'll do the tutorial 1 review. It is located in the book and it's submitted in Blackboard. Then you move down to week 2, and this is where you're going to start your quiz. You'll have a quiz. You have actually 2 of them. You have one in SAM, one in Blackboard. and you have the due date and time in which they are both due. Then you go in tutorial 1 assignments continue, so we might have weeks where we continue from the previous tutorial, so you're going to be doing case problem 2 and case problem 3. Keep in mind, I don't assign all the assignments that are in the book, I assign some of them, so pay attention to which case you're going to be doing. And again, they're in the book, and you're going to be submitting through the course link in Blackboard, and you have the due date and time. Then we're going to be moving on to tutorial 2. You're going to be doing the training in SAM. You have the date and the time. Then you're going to move to the book, read and complete tutorial 2. It's in the book, submit it through the course link in Blackboard, and then we move on. So this is basically the layout week by week. Now you're also going to note in week 3 you have your first blog reflection, and you'll go to the blog, list it. You'll have a post date when you have to reply to the question that you'll see in the blog when you go there, and you have a reply date when you have to reply to your classmates. And so this is how the schedule is laid out. Now, when we get to week 6 will be your first test, and it is 2 parts. Part A is the objective part, which is located in Blackboard. Basically, it's the questions. Part B is the skill base, and this one is located in SAM, and then you have a due date and time. So this is how your schedule is set up. Let me go ahead and close that out. And then you'll, again, this is where the syllabus quiz is at, the SAM website, and this gives you the link. Talks about how to purchase the access code if you need to. And then I have videos on how to create your account and how to join the SAM section, how to do the training, how to do the projects, and how to do the exams. Student data files are located here on the left-hand side, and I do have a video on how to download them and unzip them. So if you've never downloaded or unzipped any files, this may be the first thing you want to do, so look at the video. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and right-click and go ahead and save your student data files. Then announcements, you'll start seeing announcements starting with week 2. Then we come to the weekly work assignment section. You have a weekly folder. And I also have any documentation from the publisher of any errors. It doesn't mean they've found all the errors, but some of the errors. So you have a module for each week. It corresponds to the schedule. So here we have week 1. We have the student outcomes, the assignments, which is basically, this is just a copy and paste of the table that's in that schedule that you just viewed. I also have in here how to create your, let me scroll up here, how to create your WordPress account. It will automatically take you to a video, as well as how to post to your WordPress account. And that's how it's set up. Now these weekly folders will go away at the end of each week, but again, you can always refer back to the schedule document. Then we have the book assignment solution. I do have solution files here so that you can see what your end product should look like. You can download these, unzip them. They are PDF files, so you're not going to see them in Word or see them in Excel. And then submit book assignments. On the left-hand side, this is where you're going to submit your book assignments. And I do have written instructions on how to zip, and I also have a video on how to zip and unzip. So either one will work. So when you're working on your tutorial 1 assignments, you'll click on tutorial 1 assignments, and you have a link for each one. You'll click on that link, and then you will go ahead and browse and navigate to your folder. So I'm just going to use the Word course as an example. So if I were doing the student data file here, let me go ahead and go to my student data file. All right, so for example, in Word, you have a folder for each tutorial. In Excel, you have a folder for each tutorial in Excel. You'll double-click on that tutorial folder, and then you have a folder for each assignment for that tutorial from the book. And all I would do, let's say I'm submitting the tutorial, I'll right-click on the folder, and I'll go ahead and zip it, and then I'll select that zip file and make sure it's uploaded through the link, and then I'll click Submit. Let me go ahead and cancel out on that. So you have a link for each one of the book assignments. Keep in mind that these links will also disappear, go away after the due dates as well. Then when you're taking any tests or quizzes, you'll see them in the test quiz section on the left-hand side. Please make sure you read those instructions. Once you start the quiz or the test, you cannot stop. You must complete the quiz and test. Underneath supporting materials, we have the PowerPoints. We also have videos, and the videos I may add more videos as we go through the semester. If you find anything that you feel is useful to share with your classmates, please share it with me. I'll be more than happy to post it on this section in the course. Then we have course resources, And I may have links here as well to some additional sites that you might want to work on. Now, if you're in the Word class, there are some issues with the themes that that Microsoft decided to discontinue, but that may still be required as part of your book assignments. So you might want to come here and see if there are any themes that you need to download. Then we go ahead and move on to the online tutoring. If you do need tutoring online, or you want to work with another student online, you both can do this. You can go ahead and click on the link here, go ahead, log in as a guest, and you can work with each other. You can also request that you meet with me online as well, and this is where we would go in the course link and be able to see each other's files. The mouse certification, if you're interested in getting certified, you can come to this site and get all information about the mouse certifications as well as the different levels and any reference sheets of the materials that you'll need to know when you're studying for the test. College student resources, you're welcome to read through this on your own as well. And then there's the discussion board. And again, keep in mind this is not for the instructor to reply to your question. This is student to student. You need to send me an email if you have any questions. Then you'll go to My Grades to see your grades. Then you'll Tools is where you can also send email. And then the instructor information. This is where you can see my office number, as well as where I'm located and my home number, and when I accept phone calls. So this is how your course is set up. If you have any questions at all, please let me know, and enjoy your semester.